Have you ever heard the expression, don't throw the baby out with the water? Well, trading standards haven't. I'm kidding. But they did seize and reject around 1,000 imported Vevor diesel heaters late last year, which were perfectly fine. Because the bathwater stank. Poor babies. But what was the bathwater in this confused metaphor? Stay tuned to find out. There she is, coochie coo, let's have a look at you. Ooh, an instruction booklet, seemingly written by some sort of AI in broken English. We'd recommend, of course, our blog post, pictured here, before installing rather than this, as it was actually written by a human whose first language is English. But this one does have instructions for the different controllers they supply with these heaters and has a customer service email and contact details on the back, so don't throw it out, just in case. Oh, a fuel tank. The standard 10 litre type usually supplied with these kits. The nozzle, or nip, is inside the tank there. You can use that using this video.
So that's that off.
Or upgrade to a standpipe, which we've also covered in this vid. You don't want it going right to the bottom, as it might suck up gunk. Links in description. There's the breather hole there. Quick note, don't ever cover or block this, or your tank will have the life sucked out of it and go concave. And you don't want that. Also, don't fill these things too much or your fuel will slosh up and squirt out through the breather, making your van smell. Nobody likes a smelly van. What's next? Ah yes, I see you know your base plate well. It's useless for anything other than a flat metal floor. If you have a wooden or non-flat floor, you'll need a turret plate. Link in descriptors use. If you do have a flat floor to use it, then there's these holes here for the fuel intake, the air intake, and the exhaust. These 4 bolt holes are for the pegs on the bottom of the heater, and here's the nuts nestled in the bag. And the nuts attached to the bottom here. White stuff. And inside is a decent, safe, genuine 2 kilowatt diesel heater, for which there are of course links in the description. And it's remote, look at that, we like remotes. Go on, give us a spin. Look at her, she must be this big. 60mm actually, the correct size for a decent, safe, genuine 2 kilowatt heater. And here's a 5 kilowatt coming in at 75mm, just in case you think we're lying. Why you lying for? Why you lying for? You're mad, bro. You spin me right round, baby. Right. Next thing you should always do with a new heater before installing is to check that the spran spins freely. I mean the fan spins freely, to avoid error codes later on. There's the glow plug and the temp sensor. Familiarise yourself with these as well, as they might need replacing sometime. Check the fan again, as it can get caught on the casing. Still free? Great. Empty your bag. Silencer, basic, does the job, boom. Bosh.
Shit.
Hey, have it. What's this doing here? That can't do the job. You mugging me off? It's too soft, and it'll kink, because it can't build up enough pressure from the pump to push or pull any distance further than a few inches. Don't bother with it. Don't even bother, forget it, pointless. Pointless. Upgrade in description. Oh, fuel pump. We've done a few videos on these. Check out how to calculate the fuel consumption here, but more importantly before you install, check out how to fit at the right angle and why here. Also before you install, make sure to check the pins on the connector to make sure they're not bent, because you might have trouble sliding into the female connectors if they are. That's not a gay joke. This rubber thing here, right? It's well soft and cheap, but unlike the fuel line, the soft cheapness works in its favour because the tighter the grip on the pump, the louder it is. Grip your pump gently, people. Oh God, you can't say anything these days without some horrible French double entendre lurking around the corner, can you? Ah, the fuel filter. Nothing dirty here. Look, you can even take it apart to clean it. It is, however, cheap and brittle, and it doesn't have a water separator. So we suggest upgrading it before installing. Link is, you're ahead of me, aren't you? Let's get you back behind me. Oh God, again. Oh, that's a nice bit of pipe. Looks like it's had a bit of a battering, but it's still going strong. It's going to be installed outside, out of sight, with the manifold through the floor or under the van in a box, so the cosmetic problems aren't a problem. Upgrades are available if you like, in the usual place. Air intake. Basic but does the business. Make sure to tighten these connections well with the Jubilee clips. Wiring loom. Nothing bent, nice. Clunk. Click. Interesting fact, you never need to pull the metal clip off, they just push it in. Clunk. To pull it apart, push the metal clip down to release it. Thwack. Ah, the inline fuse and the fuse holder. Note, fuse for the cable size, not for the application stroke accessory. So for that reason, the fuse has to be higher than the amount of amps the heater will use, but lower than the max amount of amps the cable can handle. So a 15 amp or 20 amp fuse will be fine, and we've got a 20. Now here on the wiring loom are the positive and negative cables. They are the same length, so you can run both to the battery if you want to. If you wish to extend the cables to reach a battery, then size up to 6. I don't know how to say that, so just look at it. Look at it! Use that and you won't get any volt drop. Ducting and air vents. These are 60mm because it's a 2 kilowatt heater and that's what they do. It rotates too. If you want to screw it into place, you have to take the top off. You dirty bugger, I meant that. Yeah, yes, you can stretch out the ducting to twice its length if you get excited. That's everything covered for the old Vevor 2 kilowatt genuine decent safe diesel heater. Oh no wait, one more thing, Columbo, back to the bathwater. So yeah, trading standards refused to allow these heaters into the country, not because there was a fault with the heaters themselves, but because the instructions were illegible and omitted some important details, as seen here. The problems only seem to have started after Stifler here posted this clickbait video and unleashed a misinformation hell, resulting in these poor babies being left without parents. So, not saying it's his fault, but...
Oh, that's it. Be the Sifmeister.
So if you were worried about buying one of these diesel heaters, don't be. Just make sure that when you install it, you use decent, thorough installation instructions, like ours here. You know, today we learned that sometimes, even though the bathwater may be missing some essential danger of death avoiding information, that's no reason to throw a baby into a shipping container. Thank you, and take care of each other. We are Van Life UK, a complete survivor's guide. If you like, subscribe. Now then, if you'd like to be in with a chance of winning the heater featured in this video, head on over to our Patreon page where for a measly £3 a month you can be entered into a prize draw and potentially win high value items like this Vevor all-in-one heater or other such like. We won't be giving away these big items every month, but there will always be something going, and other great perks are in the works, so why not hop on board? We are Van Life UK, a complete survivor's guide. Please subscribe.